Hey guys, welcome to Wrestling Days and welcome to this Smackdown breakdown video. We've got lots to talk about. There was quite a few talking points on this week's Smackdown. The show opened with Nick Aldis, and I really thought he was about to announce that Jacob was out. Because of course we have heard that Jacob has picked up an injury. That news has been circulating for about 24 hours now. So apparently he's out for the rest of 2025. I think the exact wording was well into 2026. There is concern that he could miss the Royal Rumble. We don't know what it means for WrestleMania. We don't even know exactly what the injury is. So it makes it hard to know exactly how long he's going to be out for. But no, he did not announce that. He actually said that Drew Jacob was happening and that it was going to be a #1 Contenders match, which was quite a surprise. But it did make more sense by the end of the show because I think they have used Jacob's injury to do a whole who attacked Jacob story, right? I think they've used that injury so that we now speculate who did it, who attacked Jacob. The obvious answer is Drew, but Drew did say it was not him. And Drew always prides himself on telling the truth and being honest. I actually think he is telling the truth. I actually think he is being honest. I don't think it was Drew. And so if it wasn't Drew, who was it? There's some very interesting thoughts and theories around who attacked Jacob. But we'll get to that. On commentary, we had the return of Corey. We had Vic Joeseph as well. No Joe. I didn't quite catch where Joe was, but I really like these two together. They were really good together down in NXT. And I thought they did great work during SmackDown as well. So, yeah, really good commentary team. Really good. Cody came out looking glum, of course, coming off the loss to Seth at Crown Jewel. So he was coming out looking a bit down, but he was basically saying, look, things move on. Seth's obviously got his issues now with what went down on Raw. I've got my issues. I'm very interested in what's going to happen in that #1 Contenders match. So basically, Seth needs to handle his business. I'm going to handle SmackDown business. That's where Cody's head was at. Backstage, we had Rey Fenix kind of standing up to Solo and the MFTs. This is definitely someone that could have attacked Jacob. If you just want to go for a pretty straightforward road, then I think Solo, MFTs attacking Jacob, taking him out, injuring him, taking his opportunity away. You absolutely could go down this road. So I do think Solo and the MFTs stands a good chance of being them, right? First match was Alexa and Charlotte against Sol Ruka and Zarya. There's a little nice moment here where we actually get Alexa just allowing Charlotte in the ring. I think Charlotte says, "I love you," according to Wrestle Talk. So nice little moment between these two at the start of the match. In the crowd was Blake Monroe. She's going to be taking on Sol Ruka at Halloween Havoc, not this weekend, but next weekend. One of the best moves in all of WWE, the Soul Snatcher. Look at that. So good. Sol Ruka went for the pin, and Alexa had to make the save. Very, very close. Very, very close. But the match continued. Sol Ruka would get distracted by Blake Monroe. That, of course, would lead to the finish. Charlotte getting the figure eight, getting the victory. Champs retain. Sol Ruka, Zarya look good. We've added a bit more heat to, obviously, the feud between Sol Ruka and Blake Monroe. So, yeah. Lot achieved in that match. Maybe not a mind-blowing match, but perfectly acceptable way to open this show. Backstage, we had Jacob talking with Cody. You can see Drew McIntyre in the background, very obviously in the background. Again, I believe him. I think Drew prides himself on telling the truth. And so I believe him when he says it was not him. But they did make sure to show you that he was standing and watching in the background. Then we got this, and I really like this, Aleister and Zelina. I mean, obviously they're a real-life couple, and I think they look brilliant together, and they're going to do anything they can to help each other. And so, yeah, this is a bit of a power couple. Aleister Black actually saying this was always part of the plan. Some good lines in this, and I really like the snake being over Zelina. Like, it just looked really good, really interesting, quite dark. Quite engaging. Looking forward to seeing where that goes. This was a bit weird. We had a United States Open Challenge graphic pop up on screen, but then moments later, we had Sami saying that he's not on the show. So I didn't know if there was a bit of a production botch there. Slam X seems to think that Nick Aldis cancelled the US Open Challenge because of the MFTs and the risk that they pose. Sami refuses and heads to the ring. So I don't know if that was a production botch. It was a little bit weird to have the US Open Challenge announced, and then literally moments later, Nick Aldis is saying that it's not going to happen, only for Sami to go to the ring and for us to just do it anyway. So I don't know, a little bit convoluted. But we got another storyline inserted here because The Miz answered the Open Challenge only for Carmelo to attack him. You might remember the other week, Carmelo answered the Open Challenge only for The Miz to attack him. So obviously Miz, Carmelo, they have got issues that they need to resolve. But that then meant that there was still an opening and Ilja Dragunov returned. It's been 13 months since we've seen Ilja Dragunov. You can see, look at this, like a new neck chest tattoo as well. He didn't have that before. Some of you might not even remember Ilja because, as we said, it's been over a year since we've seen him. And brilliant wrestler. Fantastic. I mean, we knew this match was going to be a banger as soon as Ilja was making his way down to the ring. Obviously, we didn't know about the new neck tattoo going onto the top of his chest. You can see wrestle purists mentioning it there. Look, goes all down his neck and everything. He looked in phenomenal shape as well. For me, the disappointment was that this had been spoiled. So there'd been no word on Ilja apart from that he was going to come back and go into a feud with Rusev. And that was probably about 2-3 weeks ago that I read that now. And I've not seen anything since. So, yeah, I was not expecting Ilja here. But just before SmackDown, word came out that Ilja had been spotted in the ring with a knee brace on. And so, and it seemed like he was warming up and going through the motions. So it did kind of feel like there was a good chance he was going to be on this show. So that did unfortunately ruin this kind of surprise for me. But still brilliant to see him. And the match that followed absolutely banged. Absolutely banged. So we got some like great looking moments. There was this moment right here. Here's Sami, look, picking up Ilja, bang, kind of driving him down. I mean, I don't know if it was meant to be like a DDT, but you can see that Ilja kind of stops himself with the ropes. I can't tell if Sami was trying to drive Ilja's head into the mat, but just caught him on the ropes, or if he was trying to drive Ilja's shoulder onto the ropes. I can't quite tell what he was going for. But I'm going to give it benefit of the doubt. I'm going to say that Sami actually intended to drive Ilja's shoulder onto the ropes. So very innovative move here. Even the Boulder said, not seen that before. I just really thought that he'd gone for the DDT and like maybe he hadn't quite got it. But yeah, I mean, maybe he did intend for that to be the spot. So loads of stuff in this match, though. I mean, honestly, we could spend ages breaking this thing down. But the big headline story is that Solo came out. It was a distraction to Sami. We were waiting for the MFTs to kind of make their presence felt. They never showed, but it was Ilja that was able to pick up the victory. He would deliver their H-bomb, get the cover, and there we go. Look at this. New United States champion. MFTs would get in the ring. They would start attacking both. They would make their presence felt at this point. So MFTs attacking both Sami and Ilja. Yeah, their rampage of carnage continues. So big moment, huge moment. That's when, though, the lights would go out. On the screen, we would actually see Bo Dallas. Now, Bo was still not in the arena. And actually, here on the Wyatt 6, we do have this video, which is the video that was played. I was told that this was like Bray superimposed. So, I mean, it could be Bray. I could believe that's Bray, yeah, superimposed over the top. But yes, we got this video. It was just a warning to the MFTs, basically. So a warning to the MFTs about opening the door And then we actually got the Wyatt Six standing opposite. I don't understand why they had the MFTs back away. I don't know why they did that. So, yeah, I mean, the whole thing about what's on the other side of the door and opening up that door, I mean, there is speculation that this could lead to Bo unleashing a new character, or we could see some evolution here for Bo. I mean, we just haven't seen Bo around. My fear is that he's out with, like, an injury, but I think there's some real hope that we are actually going to be seeing like some evolution for Bo, and that we could see like a Fiend type character coming in. I don't know why the MFTs didn't attack. They had the numbers, but they just decided to back away. But down here, look, you can see, here's JCOO, Jake Cam, said, why do I feel like they're teasing something big for Bo? It's just weird that we've not seen him physically in a while, and he wasn't there either. SlamX said Corey made a point to question what's on the other side of the door that Bo was speaking about, so there could be something. I wouldn't expect anything major, but time will tell. So that's kind of where a lot of Wyatt Six fans' heads have gone. They're really thinking about, are we going to be getting something big from Bo? Is that why he's not around? He just spoke about how the MFTs have opened up a door and how you need to be careful because you don't know what's on the other side of that door. And so people are speculating about that also. Right. Here's a Ilja Dragunov shirt. So the Mad Dragon is back. He is now the United States champion, and he's got himself some merch. Okay, backstage, Tiffany and Kiana James are going to face each other next week. So that should be interesting. We got Motor City Machine Guns getting a win over Los Garza. It was announced that Motor City Machine Guns had been in WWE for 12 months now. Backstage, we actually had DIY and Candice stepping up to Fraxiom. So, yeah, I don't know about this Way thing. I mean, I don't think we're going to get the Way reforming. We would need to get Austin Theory coming into here. And, you know, obviously we don't have Indy Hartwell around anymore. So I'm not expecting anything like that. But here, Fraxiom have a disagreement backstage as Nathan wants to make a statement, but Axiom says they should be patient. DIY interrupt. Axiom challenges Johnny to a one-on-one match. So I didn't catch if that is going to be next week. I think it is. That'll be a banger. Axiom against Johnny will be a fantastic match. And then, of course, we get to the business end of this show. So we finally see that backstage, Jacob has been attacked. There was like teeth on the floor as well, which was pretty crazy. In the ring, we had Drew. So Drew said it wasn't him. Cody comes down saying, you know what you did. And I got to give a shout out to Metal Mama, who says that she thinks it could be Cody that attacked Jacob because Cody is all in black. And we did see some kind of heel tendencies in that match, most notably when Cody used the belt to get a DQ win. Like, that was pretty crazy. You don't expect that from a babyface. So I think they are definitely teasing that it could be Cody that attacked Jacob. The other theory as well, though, and this is a very popular one, is that it's going to be Randy. Here you can see Roman Reigns, SCN, saying this is the man that actually took out Jacob. So there's theories that it's Drew, Solo, Cody, Randy. I've even seen theories that it could be Brock Lesnar, and that this could be a way that we bring Brock back as we get closer to Survivor Series. I think it makes sense now as to why they didn't just announced that Jacob was out, you know? It makes sense as to why we actually kept him in the show and have now created a storyline out of it. So they were fighting in the crowd, fighting everywhere, were underway, title on the line, big exciting moments. As we said, it ends here with Cody grabbing the belt, walloping Drew with the belt. We get a crossbody to the outside as security guards try to separate everyone, and that is how SmackDown came to an end. So loads of stuff in this week's episodes, loads to get your teeth into. Who attacked Jacob being one of the big talking points. Are they teasing that it could be Cody? How long's Jacob going to be out for? We think well into 2026. Is it Brock? Is it Randy? Is it Cody? Was it Drew? Ilja's back. New United States champ. What next for Sami? What is Bo teasing? Where is Bo? These are a lot of the questions that we've got right now when it comes to SmackDown. And I gotta say, I thought this was, all things considered, a very solid episode of SmackDown. Very watchable, very enjoyable. I definitely felt like I got something from it. Didn't feel like I was wasting my time. I'm very much looking forward to next week. So there we go. That was SmackDown Breakdown. Really appreciate the support. And I'll see you again next time. Bye for now.